Hello, my name is Mr. Almeida, and today's lesson is how to package a InDesign file and make a PDF. Well, I have a file here. No, I can't talk like this for a whole 10 minutes, no way. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to my normal voice and talk about InDesign. So guys, this is for the yearbook course, and let me just explain to you what's going on. So I have this InDesign file. I use InDesign actually to design graphics as well. So here's my design. All right, and remember if you want to overprint preview and display in high res, so you can see all the graphics. All right, so my objective here is to show you how to PDF and InDesign. Okay, so I have a few errors. I am not going to bother with them. There's a missing link. It's not a big deal in this case, but in your case, make sure there's no missing links or issues. Okay, so to make a PDF, File, Adobe PDF presets. I like the high quality print, and you should too. Make sure you know where you're saving it. So if you're putting it on your desktop, maybe make a folder. So if this drops down to the Mac, you can say new folder and say I want to call this my last name, your first. You're probably wondering, what's about your last name? Okay, so I would put Almeida. My name is Geoff or Jeff, and I'm gonna say teachers, for example. Awesome. There's a folder there, and just to save time, I'm gonna call this last name. Almeida GF teacher. Okay. And I'm going to save this file in there. Now this box pops up. Just make sure that you have the crop and bleed marks indicated in your file. So that's important. So marks and bleeds, make sure that's there. And you can export it. The other stuff, don't worry about the compression. Just leave that alone, except for marks and bleeds. And then use the document bleed settings. That's important as well. Okay, in this case, I don't have any, but in yours, you will. All right. Export. Awesome. So on my computer, there is on the desktop a folder called Almeida. Let me organize this a bit better. By name, Almeida Geoff Teachers, and in there is a PDF, and that PDF should look like this. Okay, cool. The next thing you need to know is how to package. Right, so File, Package. What this does, it puts all the fonts, links, and other information that the printer will need. Okay, so I press Package. I'll save it. Don't worry about instructions. And put this in, I would say, the same folder. And in there will be a packaged folder. And let's show you guys what that looks like. So under your last name, first, and teachers. Oh, actually, I should rename this. Okay, it's going to be a file. Now, I could have alleviated this headache had I actually, when I went to package it, I named my file my last name, first name. Dur. So yeah, make sure on the top you put your last name, first name on there, and then the actual document. Okay. So on the Finder, you'll see that. Okay. There's an InDesign file, the fonts, and in this case there is no document link file folder because there is no folder files to be put in. Okay, so that's your video, guys.